Feel free.
Oh.
Yeah, no cost.
You guys are Jehovah's Witnesses, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just watched a thing on TV about you guys.
Oh, yeah?
You heard of this lady, Remini? I don't know how to pronounce her name. She was a Scientologist.
Oh,
and she's got a show that is talking about Scientology.
She used to have that TV series with the heavyset guy.
Right.
Did she? Yeah. I didn't even know her before that.
She always talked about Scientology. I didn't know she talked about.
Yeah, they had a special a couple days ago on Jehovah's Witnesses. It was really interesting. You guys didn't see it?
No.
No, it was really interesting. Yeah.
Okay, what did they say about us? We don't mind. We've heard it all.
Wasn't good.
I didn't think so. Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. Why do you guys? There seems to be a lot of stuff about you guys on the news. Why do you think that is?
Well, have you ever read in the scriptures where Jesus said that he was hated and that you would be hated also? So sometimes just because we're different, living according to what the Bible actually says, makes us a bit different than most people. And so people tend to hate what they don't understand.
Right.
One example would be, they'll say, well, you guys don't celebrate holidays.
Yeah.
Well, there's a reason for that based on the Bible. But do we have anything against giving gifts or having family that are strong and they get together? Of course not. So they just misrepresent.
Well, they were talking about shunning policies. You guys stop talking to people, if your family members.
Fellowshipping?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Yes.
But you don't talk to them. Is that true? You guys do that?
It depends if they've done something serious, and they don't want to make a change. Then we have what we call disfellowshipping, just like it says in the book of 2 Corinthians, where they did that.
So it's like the Amish, like when their kids don't want anything to do with the religion, they don't want to live that lifestyle, then their family doesn't talk to them anymore.
We don't approve of that. It's their choice if they want to do that.
Yeah.
But the whole idea of it being mentioned in the Bible is to kind of get the person to think about what they've done and sort of encourage them to want to come back. Because if nothing changes in their relationship with fellow worshipers, then you're kind of giving a tacit approval of what they've done.
Why don't you just let them talk to you and keep encouraging them not to do bad things?
Well, in fact, we do that.
Well, you don't if you shun them, then you're not encouraging them at all.
Well, that's a last resort if they're not willing to change. Let's say they want to live an immoral life. They want to live, let's say it's a young man living with a woman he's not married to, having sexual relations with her, when that's condemned by the Bible. In fact, that was the example in the Bible where disfellowshipping was mentioned. The person was sleeping with someone he wasn't married to, and he didn't want to make a change. What we do, first of all, we try to talk with them and let them know, well, this is, you agreed when you became one of Jehovah's Witnesses to live according to what the Bible says. In fact, before they get baptized, we ask them a number of questions so they can be sure what they're doing. Is this how you want to live? And it doesn't even matter whether it's somebody that didn't know about what
you ask them questions?
Yeah, about,
seems kind of intrusive.
No, not questions in terms of trying to intrude, but we let them know what the standards of Jehovah's Witnesses are.
Isn't that something for them to decide what they're doing in their personal life? I mean, it kind of sounds like you're judging people for what they do in their life, and if they don't do what you want, and they refuse to change or they don't agree with something, then you shun them, you don't talk to them, even if they're own family members.
Well, that's not a matter of them not having a choice, but we do let them know that if you're going to
Well, it kind of does give them a choice, because if they want to be with their family and they can't, then they don't have a choice. I mean, I could see where somebody would just stay with religion just because they want to be with their family and they don't want to be shunned. I mean, that seems kind of extreme.
Well, if they're living in a way that's not in accord with what the Bible teaches.
Well, I mean, that just means it's your interpretation of the Bible. If they're not living according to that, then they...
Well, you could talk about that when it comes to some of the deeper prophecies, but the Bible definitely says that a person should be married, a man and a woman, if they're going to have sexual relations. That's in the Bible.
So you shun people if they don't do that?
If they want to be one of Jehovah's Witnesses and they want to live that way, they would affect other Jehovah's Witnesses by allowing them to continue on with no change in the relationship with fellow servants of Jehovah.
It seems kind of extreme, though, if you shun them for doing something like that, I would think that your member numbers would be very low.
Well, how many people survived the flood of Noah's day?
I don't know.
Have you read that story?
Yeah, I don't really believe it actually happened, but
okay. So Jehovah's not interested in numbers and quantity,
right.
but quality.
Yeah.
If you're making,
although those people had to ancestrally breed to, repopulate the world, and it just kind of seems extreme to think that there's only going to be a small number of people that follow God's way.
Though. There's a point in the scriptures where it talks about the fact that by the time you get to the time of Moses, to protect the human family, because even doctors will tell you, if you marry close relations, you reintroduce certain traits that could harm children, traits that are passed on, disease or inherited traits. That didn't happen till Moses' time.
Yeah, well, hopefully not.
That was later. So he knew, of course, when he created Adam and Eve, that some close relatives would marry. But then after they lost perfection by their sin in the garden, the human family got weaker and weaker. So by the time we get to the prophet Moses, then he gives that injunction about not lying down with someone who's a close relative. So you're going back, you're kind of connecting Adam and Eve's time all the way to Moses' time. There's a big gap in there. But that is the standard. And we let people,
I don't know, but in this time, if you guys practice incest, it'd be kind of a bad thing.
I asked a guy that was a homosexual.
Do you guys only marry Jehovah's Witnesses, or do you marry people in other religions too?
Well, what does the Bible say?
Yeah, it depends on your interpretation of the Bible.
Well, it definitely says marry only in the Lord, right?
I'm sorry, I got to get going. I got to catch that bus.
Okay. Well, check out our website if you ever want to type in questions.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks.